we get into the nitty-gritty of the video, I want to take a moment to ask y'all something. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, why is my hair still the same length it was a year ago, 6 months ago? Like, what's going on? Is my hair not growing? I've definitely been there, and I've definitely felt that. Sometimes, even here lately, I feel the same way. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the real reasons your hair might not be growing, what's actually happening beneath the surface, and how you can finally start seeing some progress. So if you're trying to grow your hair out, or you just simply want to take better care of it, keep watching, girl. I got you.
Hey y'all, my name is Bree. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're not new, girl. What it do?
So before we can talk solutions, we have to understand the process. Hair grows in 3 key phases: anagen, catagen, and telogen. Don't worry, girl, I'm gonna give it to you in layman's terms. So the anagen phase is the growth phase. This is when your hair is actually growing. The catagen phase is gonna be your transition phase. So it's a short period where the hair stops growing. And your telogen phase is gonna be your resting phase / your shedding phase. It's where old hair falls out to make room for new hair. And most people's hair is 80 to 90% in that growth phase, unless there's a problem. So if your scalp is unhealthy or your ends are breaking off faster than they're growing in, it might look like your hair is not growing. However, it is, you're just not retaining that length. So let's get into the real reasons why your hair might be stuck and what to do about it. Number 1, breakage is outpacing growth. So you think your hair isn't growing, but it's actually breaking at the ends. And it's in this cycle where it grows, breaks, and repeats, grows, breaks, and repeats. So a few things you can do to fix this, and you want to tailor this specific to how you style your hair. You want to get regular trims. And yes, you need to trim your hair even if you're trying to grow it out, okay? So it's recommended you get a trim every 3 to 4 months. So you want to make sure you're keeping up with those so that the split ends at the bottom are not traveling up the shaft, therefore causing even more breakage. Number 2, you want to use a heat protectant if you style your hair with heat. Always want to use some form of covering over your hair before you apply direct heat to it. That way your strands are protected from all of that heat, okay, and you don't get heat damage. I will also recommend to stop brushing your hair when it's wet unless you're using either wide tooth comb or a like specific detangling comb. I know a lot of times we want to use a Denman brush when we're trying to detangle our hair. A Denman brush is for curl definition, not necessarily detangling, and so you're really just snagging and ripping your hair out, you know, breaking your hair off. So you just want to be mindful with the tools you use when you are manipulating your hair, whether wet or dry, and just make sure you're using the right tool for the situation and context that you're styling your hair in. Number 2, your scalp health is being neglected, girl. Think of your scalp like a soil. Healthy hair will not grow from dry, clogged, or irritated skin. It just won't work. And in my opinion, the number 1 way to take care of your scalp is to wash your hair. You want to be washing at least once a week, all right? Maybe once every 2 weeks, but definitely I recommend washing your hair once a week because it just makes sure that your scalp is clean and fresh and that your hair has a healthy environment to grow from. Like I said, you can't grow healthy hair from a dirty, irritated, clogged, product built up scalp. I would also recommend massaging your scalp with oils, so something like rosemary, peppermint, something stimulating that's just gonna be one, soothing for your scalp, help it to feel nice, and just stimulate it so that it stimulates growth. And when I say stimulates growth, what it's really doing is opening up the pores in your scalp, providing circulation, that blood flowing, and from there growth can happen. Number 3, you're not moisturizing enough, sis. You're just not doing it, but that's okay, because you will after you hear this. Dry hair breaks, period. That's just what it is. If your hair is dry, much like when skin is dry, like our skin cracks, when our lips are dry, they crack, the skin is breaking. Same thing with our hair. So if your hair is dry, naturally at some point it's going to break. Moisture is definitely key for elasticity and strength. 3 things you can do to combat the moisture in your hair is to 1, deep condition weekly. Conditioning your hair is super duper important. Deep conditioning is very important because sometimes we can add like just our regular conditioners or our leave-in conditioners, but a deep conditioner is specifically formulated to get deep into that hair shaft. And for my low porosity girlies like myself, using heat with that conditioner is really going to open up those the hair follicle and get that deep conditioner to better seep into the strands. Second thing you can do is the LCO or the LOC method. I typically use the LCO method, which is apply your leave-in, a cream, and then an oil on top to seal everything into your hair strand. Another thing you want to make sure you're doing when moisturizing your hair is focus the moisture on the ends, because the ends of our hair are the oldest parts of our hair and they tend to be the driest parts of our hair. They just need a little bit extra care, so make sure you're focusing that moisture on the ends. Number 4, over manipulation and tension styles. Tight buns, daily brushing, and constant styling equal too much stress on your hair, okay? Don't stress your hair out. We don't need to be stressed. To fix that, you can try protective styling, okay, or low manipulation styles. I like to offer flat twists as a protective style. It's keeping that moisture locked in, it's keeping your hair away to where you don't have to mess with it every single day. And with a flat twist style, it's a 2-for-1. So we'll put them flat twists in, you can rock them for a few days or so, you take those twists out, now you have this beautiful voluminous twist out. Also, you want to sleep with a satin bonnet or pillowcase. You don't want your hair strands to be rubbing up against rough fabrics and breaking off that way. You want it to be on a nice smooth silky surface so that it lays. All right, it's not being snagged, it's not being pulled, which is another way to protect your hair when you're sleeping. This next reason to why it may seem like your hair isn't growing is super important, but it's often overlooked, and that is poor nutrition. You want to eat foods rich in protein, iron, biotin, omega-3, stuff like that. You also want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. That will also help with the hydration in your hair. Your hair is being hydrated from within. Getting your water in is super duper important to just your overall health in general. And naturally, your hair is going to benefit from that as well. And if it really comes down to it, you might want to speak with your doctor and maybe consider a hair supplement. I personally never have taken any hair supplements, but I know that there are tons of hair supplements out there. And I know people that take hair supplements and they work for them. And lastly, your hair might seem like it's not growing simply due to impatience and inconsistency. I know, we be ready, we want what we want when we want it, period. That's it. I understand. Sometimes the biggest problem is simply giving up too soon. So you want to make sure that you're being consistent with your routine, because trust, it takes time. I have been natural since, what's that, 2013? I think I transitioned in 2013, did a big job somewhere in 2014 or transitioned in 2020, something like that. The point is, I have been natural for a very long time, and in the beginning, like, I definitely had to practice patience, because I'm like, oh my gosh, my hair doesn't look like that. Oh my gosh, like, what's going on? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I just need to be patient and stick with a consistent routine. That is going to get you through. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Also, what would be helpful with that is tracking your progress. You know, take your photos, take your videos, do monthly check-ins with your hair so that you can actually see the growth happening, because sometimes we're just doing it day to day or week to week. We don't really notice the change, but if we're documenting it, we can go back and look at the photo and, you know, compare it to now. Not only will that help you track the growth of it, but it'll also help you see, is this working? Is the plan I set forth working? Are these products working? Is this routine working? Like, do I need to switch something up? Did my hair look shinier or smoother when I started versus now? And you can kind of figure out what has happened, what has changed, and kind of just, you know, circle back and get back on track, come up with a new plan moving forward. And also, I want to say you want to focus on health, not just length. Because if you solely focus on length, you'll neglect the overall health of your hair. Hair will grow regardless, but it's healthy hair that you want to retain and maintain, okay? We don't want to retain unhealthy hair, because it's gonna break off anyway. You know, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the overall health of your hair. That is most important. Here's a sample weekly routine that can really help you reset your growth. Number 1, wash day. You're gonna wash once a week. I know if you're used to washing once a month, or when you feel like it, or every 2 weeks even, I know it's a little bit of a stretch. It's gonna require you to stretch yourself, but I want you to try it. Just see what it does. All right, just see what it does. See how your hair reacts, see how your scalp feels with sticking to washing once a week for 1 month. Can y'all do that? I think y'all could do that. On my wash days, I'm shampooing my hair twice. My first shampoo is normally my moisturizing shampoo, because I'm detangling my ends and just making sure my hair is nice and detangled before proceeding. And then my second shampoo is where I really focus on the scalp. So I'm using my clarifying shampoo, I'm using my stimulating shampoos, my dandruff shampoos. That's when I'm doing that, okay? So you want to make sure you are doing that, or at least using a clarifying shampoo once a month. And I want you to decondition every single wash. So you're gonna be deep conditioning once a week, which would be perfect, okay? So that's that for wash day. Next, you're gonna have a midweek refresh. This is where you're going to re-moisturize your hair. So you're going to spritz it with that leave-in conditioner, something lightweight but also moisturizing. I recommend the Amika Hydro Rush. And then you want to go on top of that with an oil to seal that in. So if you made it this far, thank you. A quick little recap is your hair is always growing. The key is to retain that length by taking care of your scalp, moisturizing, eating well, and avoiding breaking. Now tell me in the comments what has been the hardest part about your hair journey, or which tip are you most excited to try. And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can see more beauty and lifestyle content every single week. I thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!